Hi everyone. I don't have a hat on yet. I think in 10 minutes time I will do. It was super cloudy, but I think the sun is going to come out. But even if the clouds stayed cloudy, I would still be putting a hat on. I'm about just over 20 minutes into a dog walk. And 2 minutes ago, I was about to start to film. Then I saw someone coming towards, well, 3 people coming towards me. And then the dog stepped off the little pathway and did a giant poo. Her second poo of the day. Well, a second poo within 20 minutes, let's put it that way. So I've only 5 minutes earlier got rid of a poo bag that I'd been carrying for 15 into an appropriate, and he said into an appropriate utensil, in a, whatever it was a bag. And I've got another one, and I don't know where the next poo bag bin thing is going to be. We're somewhere we've not been since last year. And we didn't come massive amounts of time. There was probably a 6-week period where we were coming once a week. And we came more than those 6 times, but it wasn't weekly. Oh God, that's it. No, we're not going that way. We're going this way. Don't you get in that mud. I'll carry on my story anyway. And I plan to come May time, but unfortunately I'm unable to use my own car. But obviously I've still got a different car for the time being. It's not forever. So I was meant to come here yesterday, if you watched my video, because it will be separate to this, even though I didn't finish that video. This is where I plan to come. And I was umming and ahhing whether or not to come on a Saturday or Sunday. I remembered one of the last times that I came last year was a Saturday afternoon. I mean, it was just after 12 when I got here. I think it was lunchtime when I got here. Oh God, this is uphill. Anyway, when I get to the top, I'm going to put my hat on and have a drink, because I need a drink quite badly. But the last time I came, I actually came with my dad. And I don't normally go on dog walks with my dad. And he got us temporarily lost. Then he said he knew the route back. He didn't. And me, with a really good sense of direction. Oh God, there's a runner there. I saw it before. She's literally running across the woods that doesn't have any pathway on, and looked on the path in front of me. I'm hoping she didn't realise that I'm just talking to myself. So anyway, because I've got a good sense of direction and he doesn't, yeah, even though I know he's got a bad sense of direction, I always follow his directions. Because if you don't follow his directions, he don't like it. But if you follow them and he gets lost, it's your fault for following him. So you can't win whichever way he decides to go. But I got us back. And that may have been the last, or one of the last times that I've been here. Not because they got me lost. Because all you need to do is go back in the direction you came from. Even if it's on a totally different route. You always go back the way you came. Right, we need to briefly stop here. Oi! Stop. No. I just found something to prop you on and have a drink. Oh my god, it's humid. Oh, this feels nice and cool because it's been in my bottles. I do have one of these, but I have my ones that keep them cold because I knew I would need at least a litre. No, we're not going. I am going a certain way, but I do always wonder if I went the opposite way, where would it lead me? Because it's definitely further away from where I came, but obviously I'm headed further away from the way I came anyway, but I'm going to end up doing a loop. But I might add something on. I might go the direction my dad got us lost in and I had to find us our way back. I think we were out for 2 hours and he weren't happy about it, but he took us that way because apparently he knows this area really well. I should have definitely drank more, but I thought I heard someone coming. I thought, we've got a dog. I don't want her trying to play with it. Because it's hard, because she's on a bloody lead. Just so squirrel. No. It's been ages since I filmed. Well, I don't literally mean technically ages as in like years or anything. But there has been a break because I'm just getting on with the walk and enjoying it. She's enjoying it. I mean, the first 20 minutes she had so much to bloody sniff, it was unreal. And she was loving life, loving her little husky life. I love that the leaves haven't really fallen off yet. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever been here when there's been no leaves. I mean, some of them will keep the leaves. And some of them won't. Who knows? Normally I turn round when I get to a certain point. But that point is very close to where my dad got us lost and said, oh, let's go this way. I think I'm going to attempt it just because I do have enough water. If I didn't have enough water, when I got to where it is, I would 100% turn back. I probably only just got just enough water. I probably should have took one for the car. I will try and save about 10 mouthfuls for when I get back to the car. And then I've got to drive home. And I'm not super close to home. I mean, I'm not an hour away or anything like that. I'm hoping to find some water for her in the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, she's going to get some of hers out my bag. Because that's when I'm going to have my next drink and I'm going to finish that bottle. Because I should have drank it all because I am that thirsty. I do believe we are going to get to some water. Well, I know we will, it's where we turn round. And by the way, we don't always turn round there because once I went in this direction, not the direction my dad took us in. No, she's not wearing black boots. She just deliberately went into a big mass of mud. Oh my god. We're not going down there. Look at the state of her. Oh, of course. Whatever. Would you like a bath? I want a bath here. For you. get some little black wellies. We'll get some little doggy wellies. I wonder if they actually sell them. I haven't filmed for about at least 45 minutes. So I stopped filming because I'll leave the bit in where I went quiet. Someone was walking up a path at the side of me that was much lower down, but they were almost at my height, and it leads to somewhere, but I've never been that way. But I eventually did actually work out how to get down there, and I almost did that route, but it would mean coming back the way that I went, and that was never the plan. So that time my dad got us lost. I don't know how he did it, because I went on the route that we went on, and I basically ended up on like a main pathway the entire time. So I think at some point during that route he's made us go another way, because there was a couple of times where you could go one way or the other, and I think that's what he's done, instead of just going straight ahead, or as much as ahead as you can get. And I think that's what happened. We've met dog walkers that we met them about 15 minutes ago. We met them just after I stopped for that drink and I was drinking on camera. We came across them going the opposite way. Oh God. Anyway, we saw them like 15-ish minutes ago, and I didn't realise it was them at first. I just saw the very dark dog, and she's bouncing around, and there's a group of them, it's like 6 or 7 of them, and they're like, oh, she wants to play, because she's literally bouncing up and down like she's a kangaroo. And then I recognised a couple of them from like an hour or so ago, so they're obviously doing the route in the opposite direction that I'm doing it in. I mean, there's loads of different routes you can go on. Anyway, not long after, will you stop pulling me the entire time? Oh my God. I honestly sometimes feel like I'm in some kind of race. She spotted some water just after we passed them and dived for it, even though it was downhill. So I slipped, and I had to make myself fall into a tree, because if I didn't fall into the tree, I would have gone all the way downhill and fell in a ton of water. So then, after I managed to break my fall into a tree by using a tree, I then stupidly climbed down to this water that she can't get into, because there's about 5 foot of really sloppy mud which I'm not going in. So I eventually convinced her, I stopped for some water. I eventually convinced her to come back up, and about 2 minutes later is some water that you can get down to easier, but it's not easy because it's very steep and there's loads of like rocks sticking out and stuff, which you have to step onto, but it's not easy. She's trying to rush down there because she's seen some water, but she recognised it correctly, because when we used to do the walk the opposite way to the way we're going, we used to go down there so she can have a run in the water. And she runs in it, super, super excited. And then I set my phone up and I forgot to press record, because I was trying to catch her how excited she gets in water. So then she decides she doesn't want to climb back up where we've come from, and she wants to go along with the bottom, like there's a bottom pathway which starts at that point. So we're walking along and I'm thinking, I don't know where this is going to lead. We should turn back and go back up and get back onto this bit, because at least then I know where I am. But no, I let her dictate and I carried on, and then we came across this massive mud. So I start going round it and I'm having to climb up higher to go around it. Then I'm like, no, I'm not staying on this. Will you stop pulling me? We're going downhill and she's literally pulling me constantly and it's hurting my hand. I don't know what no, you don't need to pull me. But I'm going to go because I want to swap hands. I'm not filming. This film isn't important. I'd rather just walk my dog. I am home. I've been home 15 minutes. I spent 10 of them sat on my bloody bed because I'm tired. Not tired like bedtime tired, just tired. It's humid. It wasn't like, oh god, that window's open. It wasn't like super humid or anything like that. Did I go in there to get some? Oh, don't matter. I can't be bothered. It's not super humid, but you can feel it. It's not as bad when you're like in wooded areas for some reason. Where's the mucky little bugger? Sleep in the conservatory with the back. Oh god, she's muddy. You should see the colour of my husky. I don't know how I'm gonna do that because she won't let me bath her. I mean, if she has to have a bath, she has to have a bath. I mean, I don't really want the fight on my hands, but she is muddy as hell. I can't remember where I got up to. I do know I'm going out in about 35 minutes. And I'm driving again because obviously whilst I've got this opportunity to be able to do stuff, like, which I don't normally get, I'm obviously going to take advantage of it. I didn't plan to walk off the street at all anyway. I mean, I've just come home, so I still did everything I needed to do because people have been speaking to me about this situation. I'm not going to repeat it, but obviously there's cameras outside, which my dad put up. So there are cameras outside. I always plan to drive off the street both times. I do find it hard to get off the street at weekends in general. And that's been ever since I've started to like brave going off the street. Oh god, I am tired. I think I just need to eat and drink. I've not had enough to drink. I've not even finished my water. There's probably a third of my second bottle left, which really should have been fully finished because I walked her for an hour and 55, and that was not an easy walk. I'm like about to hit 14,000 steps, and before I went out, I don't think I'd even got to 1,000, or I was literally about 1,000. So I've walked 13,000 steps. A lot of it was very hilly and climby. I was out of breath a lot, but I can tell you this. When I went a year ago, there would have been a couple of places where I would have stopped, even if it was just for 10 seconds, just to catch some of my breath back. I didn't need to do that at all. The only times I've stopped today is to drink, and I've only stopped 3 times to drink, and one of the times I just got the bottle out of the bag, the plastic one, and drank it, and then briefly stopped and shoved it back in the bag. I need to take that out of the bag actually. I don't know where I've put that bag. Oh yeah, I put it in my usual place. So my fitness has increased massively in the last year, and I've actually noticed recently in the last couple of months. Well, when I was in hospital, I can't actually say it's the most recent time I was in hospital because just over 3 weeks ago, I was in hospital with a head injury, which wasn't even caused by my actions, it was caused by negligence by other people. People who are meant to help you and protect you, you know. But the time that I was in the hospital for 8 or 9 days in May, I lost a lot of my fitness. And even I was shocked at how much of my fitness I lost in that time. And I was in bed the majority of the time because I was literally that ill. And I was heavily medicated, which I didn't realise how heavily medicated I had been until like a few weeks after I got out of hospital. And you know, like, you start to realise just how drugged up you were. I was literally medicated to the max, and I think that's probably why I didn't get bored in hospital, because A, I was really unwell. I've not actually talked about it on here, have I? I've talked about it other places, but not on here. But I actually got more unwell when I was in hospital. What should I have to eat? I need to eat, and I need to get ready and leave in about 35 minutes. It's just 3 o'clock now, but I wanted to be home no later than 6ish. And the car's not being parked at the front of the house when I come home. It's being parked at the side because someone has pointed their camera that way for me. So, because obviously it's not my car. Obviously it's a brand new car that I don't want anything to happen to. So someone has pointed the car, they haven't pointed the car that way. They pointed the camera that way for the next 2 days because I will be parking it there today and tomorrow just to make sure. And cause me to end my own life, which normally my dad is forced to park there, but my dad won't be here. Obviously no one realises that at this point, but so I don't know what to have to eat though. I mean, what am I having tonight? Because I had curry last night and the day before, homemade curry. I've got chicken, I've got fries. I think I'm going to have chicken with fries because I was just going to have fries now, and I just thought, what am I having before I decide? The washer's on with a harness in and a couple of towels, and when that's done, I've got to wash the 2 towels that she's just got mucky, but we are going out again, so we'll be taking 2 towels again and they'll be having to be washed. I'm having to like make sure, and I've put my back seat cover on this car, but she has shook, and obviously fur, which it doesn't really have to go back immaculate, but there's a bit of fur and there's a bit of dirt that's come off her because she's muddy. So I will be giving it a quick clean, but I've made my life easier by putting the cover in, and I'm putting clean towels in every time just so it absorbs something, because I don't want to have to clean the back seat basically. So I am basically taking advantage of the fact that I've got this car. Have I not had an orange Lucozade today? Yes I have, so why have I got 2 in the fridge? Did I have? Oh no, I didn't finish it. I just realised because it's laid down, you can't see, it's just to the bottom of the label. So I'm going to drink that. I need to really I'm trying to not drink too much because I don't want to be out with the dog and need a wee. And I think I'm going to have a protein pudding, which I would normally have later. So I need to make sure I don't have one later. And I think I'm going to go for the strawberry one. And I might have the Soreen that's been in my pocket since I left the house this morning. I'm pretty sure. What time did I actually leave the house? I think it was before 12. Just. So I think I might eat the protein yogurt and drink the Lucozade. But I don't want to feel myself like I should have had a drink when I came in, because I've been in nearly half an hour. I also need to put my phone on charge. Don't want to talk too loud because the back door's open. But I feel like the Husky really enjoyed herself. I mean, she came in, drank her water, finished off the food what was in a dish. I don't know how much was in because I forgot to look. But she can have some more later anyway when we come back again. She went outside. I went upstairs to take the trainers off. Not the ones I walked in, they got took off when I got back to the car. They're in a bag, but I'm not going to go back out with them on. I might put my older trainers on, because I can get in the car with them on, but I still have to take something to come home in because I am not getting that car filthy. Do you know what? It's a slower car than mine. Around town I don't notice. I have been on the motorway. I'm not saying whether that was today or yesterday, but I have been on the motorway. And it's only 1 litre. I mean, for 1 litre, I'm actually surprised, because even when I passed my test, I never had a 1 litre car. I started with a 1.2. I was like, I'm not having a 1 litre car. It's just, it takes longer to get up to speed. And they feel sluggish. I don't even think I learnt in a 1 litre. I think I learnt in a 1.2. Anyway. It's really nippy, you know, around town. Like, it gets up to speed quickly, which surprised me. On the motorway, if you're overtaking someone, you're there thinking, come on, come on, come on. It takes its time. So, even though I do like a lot of aspects of this car, if I was ever thinking of getting one, because it's actually quite nice inside. This is actually really nice, this one. The chocolate one, I don't know if I've got a chocolate one. No, I didn't. The chocolate one's okay, but I don't love it. I had it last week and I don't love it. And I have had it before, but it's something like, I would get it if like I wanted another flavour or it was the only flavour available. But it's just, I don't like the texture of it. And it's a very similar texture to this, but it's slightly different. And I just don't love the taste of it, and I find it harder to eat. Anyway, I do like the car. It's got a decent boot space, but it's not as big as my boot. It's easier to get the dog in and out, because I can go to either side. I mean, I can go to either side in my car, but obviously I have to tip the chairs forward. Seats, chairs, whatever you want to call them. She's just woken up and looked at me because she realised I'm eating, but then she put her head straight back down because she can't be bothered. It's keyless. I think I've shown the key. It literally fits in your pocket like a dream. I was literally walking around all day yesterday and all night with this in my pocket. And then it must have been about 9 o'clock or something. I was upstairs and I'm like, you need to stop carrying it around. You might take your clothes off, forget it's in the pocket and put the clothes in the washer. So I took it out and left it somewhere that I knew I would find it. Hello. Someone's just appeared. Someone who needs a bath. Someone who loves to go in every type of water except for clean water. I'm going to have to put a clean harness on. And there's a good chance she's going to get that muddy and wet. And by the way, all the places that I'm going to be going to, like yesterday, today, tomorrow, Monday, etc., are all places that I can't typically go to on foot. I mean, unless I wanted a very, very long walk, like a 5-hour walk or something. So I'm not doing anything that I would do day to day, typically. So yeah, I've already decided where we're going when we go out in around half an hour-ish. You are absolutely filthy. You are. Look at your legs. Looks like you've had a mud bath. Check out what you did. You did, didn't you, lass? You did a good job. You should see the look she's giving me. You alright? You want a bath? No, I do not want a bath. Oh my god. You are absolutely filthy. Oh my god. You really are a little filth pot. She don't give two shits, you know. This dog loves to be filthy, apparently. No, you're not having a nice cream. You're definitely not bugs.